Hey everyone, Oz here. I am with one of my special members here, Nick. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing terrific. I'm doing terrific.
So I wanted to bring Nick on. He recently joined my blueprint. He's like super energetic, as you guys will find out soon, and he's full of passion, and he can feel that. So I wanted to get to know him a little more, and while I'm doing that, I wanted to do the recording, obviously, so you can get to hear his story as well. Nick, let's get started, buddy.
I worked on Wall Street. I was in financial business. When I started to feel like, I was getting a little old for that, and I was looking for a second career, I was training to be an X-ray technician, surgical technician, X-ray technician, because my goal there was to snowbird. As you can see, I'm in Florida now, but I'm wearing my New York Knicks shirt, so I'm a New Yorker. So my plan was to do a little snowbirding and have a skill so I could subsidize, living. But anyway, so just as I had one semester to go and really one class to go. And so I took a job, and it was with a debt settlement company. It was just perfectly, they were lax, work when you can with your schooling. So I did it. And the settlement company, what they were doing was settling for people that got involved with cash advances. So I didn't even know what a cash advance was. I mean, I was in the financial world. I worked with institutional finance. I didn't know what cash advance was. I owned the business. I owned the franchise after I left. I had a little bit of a small business experience too. But so I go for this debt settlement company. I didn't know what a cash advance was, and they kind of tell me what it's about. And I did that for a few months. And I started people that were not, were not getting the right education when they were taking out these loans.
Right.
I'm a family guy, and I have, I started seeing families getting a little, disrupted, to say the least. I'm not saying they're all bad, but I think, there's an education that needs to go along with that.
Yeah.
If someone takes out a loan and they're running into a little problem, settlement companies is like anything else. It's an adversarial type of situation, and you got to really think it through. Just raise your hand and I'll stop.
No, you're fine. I'm curious.
You ask me a question. You got to slow me down.
Fine. Become in a short amount of time one of the key members in my community that anyone can reach out and get the help they need, and you're just very personable. So I do appreciate that, because you don't just come in to take. You're also giving back to a ton of people. And people sometimes ask me what the ultimate goal is and what I'm trying to accomplish. What I'm trying to do is just bring this industry to a level of 100% transparency and create a community of people who are totally honest and transparent while they're making a great lifestyle. They're making great income for themselves that could range from 10,000 to 100,000, or sky's the limit pretty much. They're also doing the right thing by the customer, right? And doing the right thing by the customer is only possible if you are a consultant. You can't just know one product and try to make a living and also try to help your customers as well, right? You got to have abundance of information, abundance of options. So my goal is definitely help this industry come to a certain standard, that anything below that standard is unacceptable. That's my ultimate goal.
And I know you, and I maybe that's why I also connected with you the way, I love the idea when you say transparency, because that's when I was making the shift, and really even with my surgical tech background, when I was in the operating room, watching these people go into anesthesia, and they're like going to the anesthesia in a room full of strangers, and I'm saying, what trust in us? I'm as a surgical tech, I got the smallest paying job and the smallest role there, but my level of like, this guy and his family, they're trusting me while this guy goes under, and I got to give it my A game, and I will never let down someone who puts that much trust in me. And I take that in what I'm doing now, and that's why I really take to you and everyone in the group, because I sense it, and that really does come from you. So.
And I 100% see that through in you, man. When we have health problems, when we rely our health on the doctors and individuals like yourself, we're in the most vulnerable state, right? So you don't know what's going to happen. You're just laying there, and they're going to put you to sleep, and you're just going to wake up. that's one area that people are super vulnerable. The other area is the finances, right? So
Exactly.
people want to do their research and due diligence, but a lot of times they don't even know how to do the research properly. So they just want someone to trust, so they can say,
Exactly.
"Hey Nick, don't hurt me, man. Like, just help me out." And if you're that
Exactly.
person, and people are not stupid, they see that through, right? When they see that happen, like you genuinely care for their own benefit, you have a business that's going to feed you for life. And I already see that you're doing that, and that comes from that inner discipline that I guess you were brought up with over the years you have developed. So it's definitely a privilege to have you in this group for sure. Any last thoughts? Because I know you have a lot of sunshine and beach time to catch up with, so I don't want to hold you long.
No, I mean, I'm going back to the phones, emails, and everything else. But you know, my last key to also what you just said was I'm also was a small business owner. I owned the franchise, a printing franchise. So, and I know how that takes up all your time, how it takes up your day. So when someone comes to you and gives you advice, you know, you really can't do your due diligence and vet them the right way.
Right.
It really becomes a trust. And again, so that's what I try and do. But listen, keep doing what you're doing. You're innovating all the time. And if I could do anything, I don't know what I've done. I think I've helped a few people. If I could help more or less, or I always share my stories. Or if I did have a success, I'll always say I'm not bragging. I just want to show you people pretty much how it goes. And I'm no genius, but I am working the program. So with all that, it comes down to it's up to me, it's up to you, it's up to the person. So.
Absolutely. You don't need to change anything. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Great to have you. Thanks so much for being here today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Take care now.